In this video, I'm about to cover two really important terms that you'll have heard casually in conversation, or you might know them already quite well. They are ROAS, ROAS, and ROI, return on investment. So these two terms are really important if you're either a marketer, 100%, or if you're just a CEO or a founder who's trying to work with someone who lives in marketing. This relationships that you have with them, they're going to use these terms because they're really important. So the first one, which is higher up in the funnel, is return on ad spend. So if you're spending on ads to basically get attention, then return on ad spend is how you decide whether it's working or not, to put it bluntly. So if you had an item that was selling for, say, £30, you would, let's say, spend £15 to sell it. That means that you spent £15 is the spend, and £30 is the return. So return on ad spend is £15 in that situation, or it's 2 times ROAS. So 2 times ROAS in that particular scenario. And then let's talk about ROI, so return on investment. This is a step further down. So this then considers, but okay, what about your actual costs in that scenario? So there's not just the ad spend, but there's the costs of delivering that service, for example. And let's say you're a business, you understand that it costs £15 to deliver your particular SaaS offering, for example, if we're talking in that particular random scenario. So if it was £15 of your business costs, £15 for your ad spend, and you sold your subscription or something for some SaaS app for £30, then that actually means you got 15 ad spend, 15 costs, you've actually just broken even. So you would be, in terms of ROI, you would be a 1 times, you would be flat, basically. A 1 times ROI means flat. So you've broken even. In another scenario, let's say it's a £45 item, similar previous numbers of £15 for the ad spend, £15 cost to the business. In that scenario, you've actually doubled your ad spend. So the return on investment is considerably more, obviously. And so, but importantly, ROAS is going to already have been in that first situation 2 times, and it would be 3 times in the other scenario, because scenario 1, you have a £30 sale and you spent £15 for the ads. In scenario 2, you had a £45 sale and you still only spent £15 for the ads. So that's a 2 times ROAS, and this is a 3 times ROAS. So one of the things that I think is most important to consider is, in your paid ads, to really know if they're working or not, the ROAS is great and everything, and it can be positive, but what you really need is the ROI to be positive. So you need to really look into your profit margins. What is the customer lifetime value? This is really important for B2B business, especially is like, if we have a client come on board, for example, you might spend £3,000 a month with us or something, but that's likely going to last at least, say, 3 to 12 months or something. So the actual lifetime value of a customer to us might be, £20,000, for example. And so if we were to spend £500 on a £20,000 customer in advertising, then that still actually works out really well, because I'm guessing, our business costs, say they're 50% or something, £20,000, we make £10,000 in profit, and it cost us £500 to get that customer. That's a very bad random example for you, but it gives you a good gauge. So figure out what your lifetime value is. This gives you the total kind of value of that customer, which is what their monthly fee is of some kind, and then how many months they've done it normally is generally how you figure it out. Or it might just be a single project and then they do repeat purchases sometimes, if you're a creative agency, for example. So you have that big figure, and then you basically say, how much was the ad spend? What's your profit margins on that figure? And you just make sure that the leftover net amount of money that you've made is bigger than your ad spend. And so that's the kind of return on investment, basically, that you always need to be considering. So as long as the ROI is over 1 times, then you're good, basically, and the business is growing. Of course, you want to make sure that it's more like 1.5, 2 times ROI, and the bigger the better, the more healthy the business is. But that's a good gauge for you. So 2 of my favorite terms, ROI and ROAS, 2 very important numbers. ROAS is above, and then you need it to be kind of generally very often like 3 or 4 times ROAS, ROI, anything above 1 technically is generally good, but you want to be, as ever, getting that as high as you possibly can as well. I hope this has cleared it up a little bit for you, and I wish you luck trying to understand the next marketing guru that you speak to a little bit better thanks to this video.